What is up, guys? Stas here. Welcome back to another video. So the markets are not looking so great today. We have about 10 minutes left in the session, and the S&P 500 is down 0.6%, the Dow Jones down 0.3%, the Nasdaq's down 1.5%, and the Russell is down 1.7%, again with about 10 minutes left. So today we have to talk about it, break down some technicals, go over 7 stocks to buy now, and I also want to share with you guys what moves I've been making and in general where my head is at as a trader and as an investor. So hit the like button, subscribe, get yourself 2 stocks from WeBull, get into the Strive Smart Discord chat. All of those are free, link down below, and you guys can check out the Patreon if you want to support me on there, get a bunch of awesome perks. Check out the Patreon, that's linked down below. So let's just get into it. Right now the market is falling, and again we have about 10 minutes left, and we're falling right before our very eyes. Look, these past couple of minutes, well, really the past 30 minutes roughly, the market has taken a hit, the S&P, from 3,900 roughly all the way down to where it is right now, a little bit under 3,880. So in the past 30 minutes, we've dropped over 20 points. Again, we're down 0.6%. And we're looking like, hey, it's looking like we are continuing this downtrend. It looks like it was a bull trap. If you guys remember yesterday, we pretty much called it a bull trap. We were looking at the pattern. And this morning on Patreon, we were talking about the futures market gapping down. The large caps, they weren't looking so great pre-market. And that pretty much signified or signaled rather that the drop was here. And the fact that this was a lower high yesterday at 39.12. So we're seeing the bull trap play out. Did it fully play out yet? No. We're still in the beginning phases. I mean, guys, look, for the entire bull trap to play out, which is dropping even more aggressively as we're talking. S&P's down almost 0.65% now. I mean, now that we're seeing this as a bull trap, where could this go? I mean, I think the S&P could end up going to test the lows, whether it's 38.10, 38.05, 37.90, all of these levels, these are big points where we could end up going to either tomorrow or the next day. And at this point in time, hey, again, the markets are down. They are red. This looks like we are going lower. And especially if this 50 SMA breaks right here on the hourly and we break the low from earlier today at about 38.70. If we take 38.70 out tomorrow, we break down below that, I think we're going to be going lower, testing those lows from, again, the previous couple of trading days, low 3800s, high 3700s. I think that is where we could be going, no doubt about it. And I'd love to know what you guys think. Let me know down below in the comments. And I wouldn't be surprised if we got down to 3790, 3750, even 3700 flat on the S&P. I think that would be a pretty healthy spot for the S&P 500 overall here to sell off to. So again, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. What do you think? And make sure to smash that like button. I really appreciate it, guys. It does help me when it comes to the good old YouTube algorithm. So hit that like button. I really appreciate that. And let's quickly talk about moves I made today, what I'm currently doing right now. And I didn't do too much. The truth is I added in one position, but other than that, I'm still holding on to my good old cash, right? I have a little 25-ish, 20% cash position now, roughly, maybe close to 30. I have to double check. So I'm having, a lot of my, not a lot, but a decent portion in cash, and I'm in a bunch of positions. And today I added Tesla. I bought some more Tesla at $693.35. And this is one that I've been buying on the way down. And it's actually down from where I just bought it earlier. And that's okay, because on Patreon, I was talking about how, look, I'm looking to add more on the way down. And that's the beautiful thing of scaling into positions, dollar cost averaging, whatever you want to call it. You're in power, because if you have that cash and your positions go down a bit, you have the the opportunity, the decision, because you have that power to to end up buying more. So that's where I'm at with Tesla. I'm adding more into this one. And not to get in too much depth with the other holdings because I don't want this to be too long, but listen, I have SLV. You guys know that. Silver, that's one of my plays here. I have silver. I have Workhorse, which, guys, I am looking to dump out of Workhorse. I'm just being patient with it. I really don't need the money right now at all. So I figured, let me just hold on to this. You know, I'm in it at 22 bucks. You guys know the story. For the new viewers out there, I was in Workhorse weeks ago, right, at 22, made some money, locked in at 30 bucks roughly, locked in a lot more profits at 42, and then I just let the rest of my position ride, and here we are. So I'm just holding that smaller position of Workhorse again. I don't need the money. I'm just riding it out, and if we get a gap up anywhere close to 20, 21, heck, even if I somehow turn a profit or break even, I am going to be getting out of Workhorse and not calling it quits forever, but for now, just getting out of it. So Workhorse, that's what I'm doing there. SBE, well, it's not SBE, it's Chargepoint now. This is one that I'm admittedly down on a decent amount, and this just went through, right? This just changed to CHPT. The merger's official now, and I'm very excited about that. And I'm actually looking to add more to this stock. This actually is one that I'm fairly bullish on when we're looking at long term, especially, and even here in the short term. I mean, we see when SPACs they go through, right, the ticker changes. Sometimes we see a bit of a sell-off. So that's kind of what we're seeing here. I'm not sweating it. Again, I'm looking to add more into it when the time is right. Not yet, but when the time is right. And NEO, I'm not going to talk too much about NEO because I made a video earlier today. Go check it out. I'll link it down below. But that's pretty much my thoughts on NEO, that video. So go watch that. And Tattooed Chef is another one that I'm still holding happily. And I might even add more to this one at some point this week, especially if we see another leg down. So what are you guys doing? Let me know down below in the comments. I would love to know as always. And again, hit that like button. And if you guys are interested in my real-time buy and sell alerts, real-time call-outs, exclusive content, all of that, check out the Patreon that's linked right down below if you guys are interested. So let's quickly get through a bunch of these stocks here. I have a bunch of stocks that I'm watching right now in the midst of this craziness, all of this volatility. And by the way, the volatility index, almost forgot to mention the fear index. It's also known as that. The VIX, VIX, this one up about 4.5% today. And earlier, I believe pre-market, was it down? I think it might have been down a little bit. Yeah, it was. Look at this. The VIX was down, and now it just ran up like crazy in the past couple of hours. So that's pretty interesting as we're heading into tomorrow. But either way, guys, stock number one is Fisker, ticker symbol FSR. And in the grand scheme of things, is this stock, if I pull up this 4-hour chart, is this stock the most attractive? No. I mean, guys, look, the stocks ran from 14 bucks literally about 2 weeks ago all the way to 32. Now it's pulling down to 28. It's still a bit overbought. So is it the most attractive here? No, but the reason why we're talking about it is because if we zoom in a bit, this is why you must look at multiple time frames. If you look at this hourly chart, look at this. There's a lot of momentum here, and it really depends on what kind of trader you are. Do you like, going for the oversold stocks and have a more long-term approach, or are you a day trader, or are you somebody that's looking at a 1 to 2 day time period for swings or 1 to 3 day time period for swings, and you're chasing momentum? It really depends on what type of trader you are. But let's say you're more on the risky side, you have shorter time frames. I think Fisker, FSR, could be one worth watching. And me, I consider myself, I'm a bit more conservative, kind of, when it comes to my trading. I'm not crazy with the options, the penny stocks, but I feel like I could still tackle something like this. Looking at this pattern makes me kind of excited. I'm not going to lie to you guys. And yeah, it's dropping a good amount here. And I think this could be a play off the 50 SMA, right around 26.70, 27 bucks. If we could end up holding that tomorrow on this hourly chart, I think Fisker could be a play back into the 30s. I mean, we saw that massive, multiple short squeezes. I mean, this thing has been going crazy, and today even is arguably a short squeeze. So could we be gearing up for another one? Let's say we get to 26. 25 bucks, we rip up higher. I think we could. So Fisker is one. If you're more risky, you like the shorter time period holdings, you know, the crazy volatile stuff, this could be for you. But if you're more conservative, you like buying into, let's say, Target, for example, this would be more conservative, although that's not on the list of stocks for today. Either way, if you're looking at, let's say, Target and you want to hold it for a couple of months, that's a different trade. I mean, that's a good trade too, honestly, considering it's down a lot today, down 7%. You know, you could end up buying Target and opening your portfolio in 3 months and you're up, hypothetically. You know, that could happen. And that's a different approach, again, compared to Fisker. But hey, those are just some thoughts there. Let me know your thoughts, as always, down below. And both of these are good. Again, Target and Fisker. So the second stock on the list here is FUBO, FUBO, which they went up a bunch today, up 8%. It looks like a lot of people, investors, traders, are excited about FUBO earnings, and they're coming out now. I mean, after market hours. I'm not sure if we'll be able to see the live reaction, although it would be cool if we just got a massive gap up out of nowhere. That's typically what happens once the info hits the streets, if you will. And look, we're actually getting a big dump off now. Look, it's still pretty volatile, even though earnings didn't come out. I mean, look at those red candles. They're dumping, they're pumping back up, and I guarantee you it dumps again. Oh, no, it wants to go green. Nope, now it's red. Now it's pumping up green, so we'll see what this does. Okay, look, now, oh, wow, it's up. It's moving quick now. It's up to 42.40. It's up a bunch now. This is insane, guys. So what I'm watching, oh, look at that. $43. Okay, look, so earnings must have come out. It's moving like crazy now. Earnings probably came out. They're not popping up here on the live news. It's hitting almost $44. I feel like an announcer now, but yeah, you guys get the point. This is moving up, and what we're seeing now after market hours is a break out of this wedge. We broke the 180 and the 50 SMA on the 4-hour. I think that is a breakout sign, and gosh, guys, look at that, $44. Literally right before. Weren't we just talking about this 2 minutes ago when I said you can see the big candlestick move? This is what I was talking about. Literally, we predicted the future. Kind of. But either way, FUBO is moving like crazy. 44.50. This is going to be a momentum play probably for tomorrow, of course. I mean, it's going to be volatile. Whether it holds 45 or goes back to 40, nobody knows. But this is for sure a play out of this wedge on the 4-hour. Upwork is another one which I think could end up going lower. Today it went down 9%, which I'm happy about that. The stock has gotten very overheated, and I mean, it hit $64, which was crazy. Now it's hovering a little bit above 50. Still a bit overheated, although it is in a bear market, and I think it could get down to 48. I would be a buyer if it got to 45, 47, 48. That's probably where I would be buying Upwork for a swing trade. They did very well when it comes to earnings. I like this company overall for the next 1 to 3 years. I mean, if I were to invest in this, I haven't really bought any shares long term for this, but I would. I mean, I would feel comfortable holding on to them for a while. That's kind of where I'm at with Upwork, although I haven't done that already. But either way, Upwork is one that I like on this dip. So 46, if it gets there, 47, 48, that is an opportunity in my humble opinion. That's UPWK. And FedEx is an interesting one as well. FedEx, listen to this. This is pretty interesting stuff. If we zoom in a bit, we can see an inverse head and shoulder. Left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder right here. And we sold off a bit today, down 1%, but still, we're holding the general pattern of the inverse head and shoulder. So I think FedEx could ultimately go up to 265. That's where I think we could be going in the very short term. That gives this about a $5 potential, about 2%. But listen to this. This is where it gets spicy, guys. If we pull back a bit to the 4-hour chart, zoom in a bit like this. look at what I'm seeing here. What we just saw was a small inverse head and shoulder, but what I'm about to show you right here is a larger inverse head and shoulder that has a smaller inverse head and shoulder within it. Look at that. Boom. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. If I zoom in a bit here, where could FedEx go if we break 265 again? That's the resistance in the smaller head and shoulder, inverse head and shoulder. If we break 265, I think the overall inverse head and shoulder, the right shoulder, would complete 290, 285, 290, even 300 plus. So FedEx is very beaten down, although it has seen a very explosive run. That's what you may argue that, and that's a very good point. I mean, it's beaten down because it's gone up so much in the past year, and I agree. I mean, that's a very good point. But overall, when it comes to other stocks, it's not as it is beaten down compared to other stocks when it comes to the past couple months. And I mean, I'm a big technical guy, and the technicals don't lie. Look, you could even see the inverse head and shoulder on this yearly chart beautifully, right? You can see it there. So, hey, I can see a gap up to 290, no problem. And one that's pretty risky, it's volatile, is Virgin Galactic. It went down 12% today, and I'm looking at this as an oversold play. It's a snapback play, in my opinion, meaning once it hits a low point, we don't know where that's going to be. I wish I knew. It very well could be here for all we know. But I think once we do hit that low point, we're going to see a sharp snapback, whether it's a 15, 20% move, not in a day, but probably over a couple of days or maybe a week or two. I think that's coming. But again, it just depends on when it's going to come. We don't know that. And this could be a decent spot. I mean, if you have some risk tolerance, if you're willing to hold through volatility, some craziness, you could even add here. I mean, 30, 32. I mean, I think that's a decent price to add a little bit in. And then maybe it goes down, you add a little bit more. But again, I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own due diligence. These are just my thoughts. You know, if I wasn't already in Virgin Galactic and I'm looking at it as a fresh investor trader, I'm looking at this as, okay, I like this. It's down about 50%. You know, this is a decent spot to maybe nibble a little bit. And you guys know I'm in Virgin Galactic at, is it $12 or $18? I have to double check. That goes to show, guys, I don't check my long-term accounts pretty much ever. I mean, obviously I do, like once a month or something, but I forget the prices that I'm in for a lot of these stocks. I think it's 18. I think, yeah, it's 18. There's no way it's 12. It's $18. Yeah, I think it's 18 bucks that I'm in Virgin Galactic. But either way, guys, I like it here. If it got down somehow to the mid-20s, lower 20s, I'd just add more because, again, I'm in at 18. So we shall see how that goes down. And another one here is gold. And hear me out, guys. G-O-L-D. This is not gold, the physical metal. It's the stock Barrick Gold. The ticker is GOLD, which spells out gold. And this is one that is more of a contrarian investment. Nobody's really looking at gold stocks right now. Some people, I mean, a lot of people are buying the physical metal, which I've been doing as well as a hedge. You know, it's a small portion of my portfolio. And I figured since I've been doing that, let me add a little bit of Barrick Gold. And I added it yesterday. If you guys saw my M1 Finance portfolio update, I'll link that down below. I added Barrick Gold at 19 bucks. I think it was $19.04 to be exact. And now talk about timing. Now it's up 5% the next day pretty much, and it still has a lot more to go. If you guys look at this downwards channel, and it really depends on what you like to trade, but if you like trading setups like this, look, it went up 4%, and by the looks of it, if we were to get anywhere near the resistance of this downwards channel, we're talking gold, the ticker GOLD, being anywhere from $21.50 to $22 plus, giving it 10% upside from here. If you guys think overall it could get to 20, 21, 22, which I think, and am I in this stock for that reason? No, I'm actually in it as a longer term investment, right? Again, it's more of a contrarian investment. I think gold is it's going to be in high demand. It is in high demand right now, and with all the money printing, I like gold as a safe haven. It pretty much, hedges inflation, the markets, the dollar, all that great stuff. And what does well when gold goes up, which I think will go up? The mining stocks, because they're a leveraged way to play gold. So Barrick's one of the biggest mining companies out there, and they also pay a 2%, maybe a little bit under 2%, but roughly a 2% dividend, which is another reason why I added it to my long-term portfolio. So I think overall in a year or two, I could be wrong. Again, this is not financial advice, but I think Barrick Gold will be trading mid-20s, even $30+, no doubt about it. So I think there's price appreciation on this one from here. And again, that 2% dividend, which is growing nicely. So yeah, I think it's a solid pick. That's ticker symbol GOLD. And the last one is Lordstown Motors, ticker symbol RIDE, which went up 2% today. And it's fighting, guys. It is fighting to hold this uptrend. You guys can see $19, $20, $21. Are we up? Actually, no, we're down a little bit after market hours. But I'm thinking as long as Lordstown could hold 20 and just slowly get into, I think, another big resistance is right around 22. I think if it could break 22, 22.50, there could be some upside on this one. So I'm going to set an alert on 20 or at 20. Let's just put it at 22.50. If it could break that point, I'm going to be very interested in Lordstown. That's right around that 50 SMA as well in the 4 hours. So we're watching it, but this is another one that's a bit risky. It could very well go down, but I think overall, if this uptrend could continue, it has potential up to the high 20s, maybe around $30. So that's Lordstown Motors, ticker symbol RIDE. And that's it for the video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button. Let's try and get 400 likes. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. It means a lot. And hitting that like button really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. And subscribe to the channel if you guys want to. And hit that notification bell and hit all notifications to get notified every time I make a video like this. And make sure to get 2 free stocks. It's free money from WeBull. They're valued up to $1,600. Once you deposit $100, you get 2 free stocks. I also get 2 free stocks. And if you guys want buy and sell alerts, call outs, all of those real time, and you want access to me throughout the trading day, and you want morning update videos and exclusive content, check out the Patreon that's linked right down below. And speaking of the Patreon, I almost forgot, and I'm pretty mad at myself for this. We called out rocket companies, I believe it was 2 weeks ago. You guys can see the screenshot here. We called this out, and I bought shares at $20.95, and we were talking about the short interest being a little bit over 30%, and today, did you guys see Rocket? It went up 50%. At one point, it was up 60+%, and yeah, I ended up selling out last week. That's the worst part about it, guys. But yeah, we called it out on Patreon, and hopefully you guys took advantage of that. But either way, I'll catch you all in the next video. Thanks for watching as always. Be safe out there, guys. Keep crushing the markets. Peace out.